Okay, we're on chapter 1, test review. We're going over problems 6, 7, and 8 now. All right, let's get right to it. For number 6, you're just adding or subtracting these decimals. And if after you add or subtract, you get the correct answer that they've given, then you mark it as true. If you don't get that answer, you mark it as false. So I'm going to go ahead and do 6A, and then I'll jump down and do 6D, and then I'll let you do the ones in between. So whenever you're adding and subtracting decimals, it's important that you line the decimals up. So 1.7 plus 4.03. I can put a 0 behind the 7 as a placeholder because I'm not changing the value. The 7 is still in the tenths place, even if I put a 0 behind it. And 0 has no value, so I haven't changed the value of that number. Okay, I add these up. 0 plus 3 is 3. 7 plus 0 is 7. Decimals stay lined up. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that should equal 5.73. They said it equals 6, so that is false. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Again, adding or subtracting, it's important to line the decimals up. So 14, you'll notice, has no decimal. And so remember, we talked about in class, if a number has no decimal, the decimal is always hiding behind the number. So I can put a decimal behind the 14. And the reason that's okay is because, again, I haven't changed the value of the number. This 4 is still in the ones place. The 1 is still in the tens place. So by adding this decimal behind, I haven't changed the value of anything. Okay, minus 1.3. I can put my 0 placeholder because, again, I haven't changed the value of anything. The 4 is still in the ones place. This 1 is still in the tens place. Now I can subtract. Okay, 0 take away 3. I can't do. I need to borrow. 10 take away 3 is 7. 3 take away 1 is 2. Bringing my decimals straight down. And 1 take away nothing is 1. So 12.7. And they got 0.01. So that is definitely false, not true. All right. Again, I'm going to erase my work. I don't want you to do that, though, because you have unlimited space. You can get as many pieces of scratch paper as you need. Okay. All right, let's look at number 7. 4 friends went shopping in a music store. The table shows the number of CDs each friend bought and the total cost. Complete the table to show the average cost of CDs each friend bought. So 4 CDs, total was $36.72. To find the average, we need to divide. So again, I'm going to do a couple of these, but I'm not going to do them all because you're going to be doing the same steps for each one. So I'll do Lana here. She bought 4 CDs. The total was $36.72. So to find out how much each one of those CDs costs, I divide. So 4 can't go into the 3. 4 goes into 36 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Subtract gives me 0. Bring down, and I can bring my decimal straight up because there's no decimal out here. Bring down a 7. 4 goes into 7 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract gives me 3. Bring down the 2. 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. Subtract gives me 0. So the average cost was $9.18 for each CD. And of course, we can always check that, right? So if she bought 4 CDs, $9.18, $9.18, $9.18, $9.18, that would be adding those all up. And we should come up, or we can do $9.18 times 4. And we should come up with that $36.72. All right, let's jump down. Again, I don't want you to erase. Let's jump down and do Alex. So Alex got 6 CDs, spent a total of $54.36. 6 can't go into 5, but 6 can go into 54. 9 times 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract gives us 0. I can bring my decimal straight up because there's no decimal out here. Bring down my 3. 6 goes into 3 0 times. 0 times 6 is 0. Subtract gives me 3. Bring down my 6. 6 goes into 36 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract gives me 0. So Alex spent $9.06 per CD. So Alex actually spent less per CD, more total because he bought 2 more CDs. So for Troy and Juanita, you do the same process. For Troy, the 5 is going to go on the outside. The 40.5 is going to go on the inside, and you divide. And then Juanita, the same idea. All right, I'm going to jump down to number 8. Number 8, although, again, the table shows the earnings and the hours worked for these 5 employees, to find the missing number for each one of these, you're going to be doing basically the same thing you did up top. You're going to be dividing. So here we're missing the number of hours worked. So we take how much they make, 9.5. I'm going to rewrite 9.50 or $9.50 as just 9.5 because that 0, adding that 0 doesn't change the value. When I drop that 0 off, the 5 is still in the tenths place. So 9.5 divided by the total amount, 23.75. I have to move my decimal 1 out here, 1 place out here, so I move it 1 place in here. So my decimal now is going to be here, and it's going to be like I have no decimal out here. Okay, 95 can't go into 2, it can't go into 23, it can go into 237 2 times because that's about 100. 2 times 95 is going to be 190. Subtract 7. Borrow 47. Okay, bring down. This is going to be about 4 times maybe 5. So let's go ahead and try 5 and see if we get a number smaller than 475, or maybe we'll land right on it. 5 times 5 is 25, 45 plus 2, yeah, we land right on it. Okay, so bringing my decimal straight up, that's 5 times 95, we already did that work, it's right here. 475, subtract gives us 0, so hours worked 2.5. Okay, I'm going to erase my work again, I don't want you to. You have unlimited space. Okay, let's go to the next one. 3.3 into 28.38. Okay, move my decimal over 1 out here, so I have to move my decimal over 1 inside as well. So my decimal now is going to be here. I can bring it straight up, and no decimal out here. 33 into 283, I'm going to say it's going to be about 9 times, because 10 times would be 330. Actually, it's probably going to be closer to 8 times, so let's try 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And yeah, that looks like it's going to work. So, goes in 8 times, 264, subtract. Gotta borrow 9, 1, okay. Bring down my 8. 33 goes into 198. It's going to be a few less than this. Let's try 5. Or let's try 6, actually. Because you know it's got to be less than 8 times, but not too many less. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus the 1 is 19. Yeah, that works out nicely. So that's going to be a 6, 198. 6 times 33 is 198. We did that work over here. Subtract gives us 0, nothing left to bring down. So how much money? $8.60. All right, so you do the same process for the last 3 as we did on the first 2. So if you need to go back and rewind the video, go for it. if you need to see some of those steps again. And of course, if you have any questions after watching the video, you're still not certain what to do, don't hesitate to raise your hand. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.